In a win-win situation, both parties should benefit. Example, if we manufacture an item at 50 rupees and sell it at 80 rupees, it is a profitable business for us. But someone can sell the same material in the market for 100 rupees. If it is give and take, surely they will buy our product from then on. And our 80 rupees product will bring them a profit of 20 rupees and we will get rupees 30 as profit. This is what is called a win-win situation, says marketing manager Suresh, who was training his company's new sales executives. Suresh had joined the company 12 years ago. As a manager, he was now responsible for training the newcomers. In 12 years, his position, income increased and his family grew. Recently, he became the father of second child. This time, he realized that responsibility was greater than happiness. He was tired of the increasing responsibilities in the company after doing the same job year after year. His wife Radha was always busy with children. Then it was lunchtime at 2 p.m. Suresh was having lunch with his colleagues in the office. As soon as he opened the lunch box that he had brought from home, he burst into tears. What, sir? Did Madam send you chapati and gourd curry today too? Manoj had guessed from his face without even looking at his box. Suresh never used to like gourd vegetable from his childhood days. Boredom increased on that day. Leaving the box there, Suresh slowly walked towards the canteen. Sir, you have left your box open like that. He turned to hear a soft voice calling out to him. Shweta, a girl who had just joined their company as a marketing executive, came to him with a tiffin box. There were many other girls in that company. Only Suresh was very strict and very disciplined with all of them. No girl had ever behaved so casually. Sir, I have placed it on this table, she said. He did not reply. Sir, if you don't mind, can I sit here and have lunch? There is a big table over there, and there is no empty chair. Suresh stared at the table. Due to such new entries, the table was overflowing. He nodded his head. She was the one who opened the can of Suresh like she wanted to do something big and said, Oh, my favorite gourd curry. She bit her teeth as if she should not have done that while giving him a sidelong look. Then, as the erring student remained silent, she lowered her head and opened her box and began to taste the wangi bath she had brought. By chance, his eyes drifted to what she had brought in the box. That was wangi bath. It made his mouth water with wangi bath, which was prepared with a mixture of peas, potatoes, capsicum of good quality. Suresh sat down and ate the chapati he had brought along with pickles. Sir, you don't keep eating curry. She started asking again like a mischievous student. Glancing at her seriously, he tied it and said, I'm allergic to gourds, he said. She also looked at him in surprise. Whenever someone criticizes her favorite vegetable, she turns sour as if it is not acceptable to her. Don't waste food like that, sir, she said as if she was teaching not to waste food for small children. Instead of getting angry, he suddenly laughed. Yes, then eat this gourd yourself. This beautiful gourd, he quipped. Yes, sir, her smile had the joy of a little girl who got what she wanted. Then what? You have to give me that wangi bath instead. I like wangi bath. Oh, by all means, sir, wangi bath is not rare in our house. Saying that, she changed the tiffin box for both of them. I had packed this as tiffin cum lunch so that it would not be late in the morning. Oh, you did it yourself? Yes, sir, I am alone, so I have to cook myself. Oh, you mean you are single? Yes, sir, mom needs to be treated, so I left her at my brother in law's house in Mysore. Suresh wanted to ask Shweta more about it. But if he inquired so much from Junior in the first meeting only, she would feel taken for granted. Meanwhile, lunchtime was over. After lunch, he had to go for a meeting with MD. Both of them were engrossed in eating their favorite food. After finishing the meal, both of them returned to their respective places. When the boss called the PA and suggested to come, Suresh took the necessary files and went to his cabin. The boss asked him how the girls in the new team were doing, who were all smart, and how they were performing. When asked which of them he would take with his team, they were all new, so they had yet to be tamed. Suresh said that no matter who comes among them, it's up to you to decide, leaving the choice to them. Then I'm adding Shweta, Surya, Dhananjay to your team because Manoj has already included Prithvi, Shivam, and Tanisha in his team. You know Darshan's nature, girls don't want to join his team, said MD with a smile. From the very next day, Shweta joined Suresh's team and started working diligently as his right hand. As the weeks went by, the tiffin box began to change smoothly. Come early this evening, you have to take your son to the clinic in the evening and get an injection done. Suresh's wife Radha warned him in the morning as he left for office. He came out shaking his head as if he was obeying her order. But in the evening, when he was leaving for home, it started raining heavily. He ran towards the car parked at the parking lot. But he had drenched in rain a little. He had endured the rain for 5 minutes and went ahead. Shweta was seen standing in a corner shop to avoid the rain. To speak to her formally, he pretended it was raining and stopped the car at one side and passed by where she was. Quick, hop into the car. It is a waste of time if you wait for this rain to stop. If you keep thinking like that, your health will deteriorate. Who will take care of you alone? Unable to defy the words of the senior officer, she ran and got into his car and sat next to him. A few drops of water were dripping from her head. Oh, you are already gone, Suresh said, giving her a sensitive look. Where is your house? It is near here, sir. 3 kilometers from here. How many times do you come and go? Today it rained heavily. It is as if you have suffered unfairly. Both continued to talk and got to know each other's families. He was surprised to see that even though she had a father, the entire responsibility of her mother's health fell on her. So, is your father also unwell or is he not with you? Suresh asked about her condition. No, sir, our parents have been far apart from the beginning without getting along with each other. Means didn't they try to divorce? Then your mother would have no problem with money. No, my father doubted mother's behavior and because of which my mother didn't touch a single penny of my father. Oh, very sorry to disturb you. While talking like this, he had come a little ahead of Shweta's house when he noticed that Suresh got a phone call. Look, it is raining heavily. In such a case, it is not necessary to take the child and go to such a distant clinic today. Let's go tomorrow, said Radha. Oh, sorry, sir, we got a little ahead. Please take the next left turn. No problem, said Suresh and turned the car as she said. Now, he thought there was no point in going home in a hurry. Meanwhile, Shweta loudly sneezed. You have got wet in the rain. You must have got cold, said Suresh. That's how they arrived Shweta's house. She invited, come in, let's have one cup of tea as a courtesy. Suresh also wanted to drink tea in that cold. Without further ado, he followed her into the single room house. She called him in and made him sit on a chair by the table. I'll change now, she said, and went into the small inner room. There was also an attached bathroom there. After a while, Shweta changed her wet clothes and started making tea. Involuntarily, his eyes kept drifting towards her sleeveless dress. Since neither of them had anything new to talk about, he started observing Shweta's work. She quickly made tea and gave it to him as well, took a cup and sat in the opposite chair. While sipping tea, he also absorbed her beauty. Accidentally, his hand touched her hand on the table. Instead of lifting her hand, Shweta met his gaze. Losing his temper, he hugged her. Without hesitation, she accepted his kiss as she hugged him. Whatever was thought not to happen, happened. Shweta naturally offered herself. Unable to meet her gaze, he lowered his head. She had to hold his hand and comfort him. Why are you taking so much tension for this? It is the body's natural hunger. Like going to a hotel, this experience is not new to me. I had a boyfriend, he left on his own. Hearing her words made Suresh feel less guilty. Without giving her any answer, he started his way home from there. From the next day, Suresh was under tension every moment. His restlessness increased even more when Shweta was in front of him. But only Shweta was cool as usual. He was looking for an excuse to be alone with Shweta again. He came and went many times on the pretext of dropping her home. Shweta naturally mingled with him. Instead, Suresh started giving her promotion, increment, and incentive. Having learned to tame a senior officer, Shweta understood the true meaning of a win win situation.